Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we've got some repairs that we need to do, and this will definitely take us into the next financial report. Luckily, we've got ourselves quite a lot of funds. I do want to hop into the mech bay here real quick and hop into the storage. And there, I want to check in because I think we have some vehicle parts that I'd like to get rid of. I'm fairly certain we got some. Just want to double check on that. I do wish that we could sort these by mech or vehicle. Of course, that's probably a mod limitation. The base game, of course, doesn't have vehicles allowed, so that's probably a UI change that they can't make. But it would be very, very helpful. Yeah, there is indeed a single striker part. That was so worth spending the time for 12,000 C-bills. Oh boy. Let's tick forward here and get some repairs underway.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
Yeah, this financial report is absolutely fine. No issue here. And we've got some additional repairs to do. We're going to tick forward at least the 10 days for the Madcap Mark II. Let's see how everything else ends up. It's going to not quite be done with everything. We'll do that. All work orders complete. Okay. Do we need to do any additional work? No, we do not. In retrospect, I probably should have moved while we were doing that time. It's kind of too late now, unless I reload the save, I suppose. There aren't really any flashpoints available except for over here. Take 43 days to get there. It's kind of the opposite direction from where we're supposed to be going technically. So let's just go ahead and deploy here, I think. We can get ourselves some training done. And I'd like to just see... Yeah, I mean, a point of piloting is okay for Panzer. That's fine.
Commander?
Anybody else?
Yes, Commander.
Awaiting orders.
A point of piloting for Succubus as well. Sure.
Complete.
So at this point, let's hop into the command center. And I'd just like to see what's available. Scroll all the way down to the bottom here. This is not tremendously challenging currently. And that's not amazing. But I guess we'll do this ambush convoy. Right down the middle. Okay. I'm not super enthused about it, but it'll be fine. So we've got our heavies and assaults here, and we do have the Centurion and the Wolverine. Given the weaponry on the Black Knight, that's been downgraded to be more close range, so I think I'm going to replace the Wolverine here with the Black Knight. And do we have anyone with Black Knight affinities? I'm not sure that we do. Actually, yes, Succubus has Black Knight affinities. Perfect. We'll do it. Okay, so we're going to do an ambush convoy mission in the Badlands, and awkwardness may ensue, at least in regard to heat. And just ignore any creaking noises you might hear. I'm trying a new configuration for my pop guard because it decided that it must go. Its people needed it in the last episode of Stellaris that I recorded. And so it did not want to stay in position. So I've moved it around and it appears to be working now. I'm just tweaking it a little bit, and that's why is happening. Perfect. I'm just trying to get it in exactly the right orientation that I want it. It's not wanting to stay there, but it should be done fairly soon. In fact, I think this is pretty close. Close enough, I'd say. So that is wonderful. I'll be honest, by the time I finished that, I was hoping that the loading screen would be done. But here it is, and we're fine. We need to destroy the supply convoy and escape, with a secondary, of course, of destroying the convoy guards. A team of local government agents has obtained the schedule and manifest of a Cretan convoy. This convoy's cargo is extremely valuable technological components. We want you to steal them for us. Stage an ambush of the convoy, destroy the vehicles, and we'll send in a recovery team to gather the cargo. There's a bonus if you secure the area and eliminate all the convoy guards. If this cargo is valuable enough to pay us to steal it, it's going to be extremely well defended. Be prepared, Commander. Oh, I'm very prepared.
Command interface
Okay, so
initiated.
this is our drop point, which is awkward. Contact point is basically right on the drop point, and the denial zone's over here. Well, you know me, I like to drop in front of the denial zone with these. Honestly, I'm going to drop, like, right up by this crossroads. Maybe, like, here. I don't like this position. That'll do.
Primary target on screen, Commander.
Okay. So we immediately see up here, they've got a mobile HQ, a Scorpion, a Ballista.
Try not to
This
fall down.
is...
Don't want sand and dust clogging your joints.
This is not particularly threatening. Starting up fires under the Salamander is slightly rude, but okay. The Hermit Crab moves up. What's the weight on a Hermit Crab? That's obviously a crab variant. But I mean, a crab is a 55-tonner, and a king crab is a 100-tonner. I think this is a smaller variant. This is like a light mech. Okay. Light mech running dual PPCs is pretty impressive, I'll be honest. But these guys move like phase 16, 18, 14, 17. Our Salamander moves phase 15. There's going to be a fair amount of movement before then. We're going to go ahead and reserve and allow all of them to move. Okay, so they've got some form of sniper artillery on the vehicle here. Good to know. They're all grouping up by these woods, and I love this. Doing a bit of damage to the Salamander, but that's fine.
You trying to attract my attention or something?
We're going to reserve until after phase 14 at least. That's a decent amount of splash damage, actually, there with us clustered. And we'll do one more reservation here. The Ballista moves up. Ooh, that was a big damage there.
Losing lots of armor.
Okay, so we know that they have multiple artillery pieces.
No.
I agree with that. No. That is correct. The Battlemaster moves up, and we're going to fire on some of these guys. We definitely want to eliminate their artillery units, and we'd like to not have to deal with... Ooh, that missed everything. We'd like to not have to deal with some of their artillery units in more of a spread-out manner, anyway. Is the way we'd like to deal with those if we can't eliminate them. We're going to move the Mark II up to here to spread out, and we can only fire on this guy. Okay. Some damage to one of their artillery platforms there.
I'm ready.
The Awesome is going to head out over here for spreading out purposes, and we're going to continue to fire on some of their artillery platforms.
Target confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, it's round one. We're not surprised that we're having some issues.
Orders.
The Orion is going to move its way up over here. Again, we're looking to spread out.
Got it. No shooting. Just
I'd like to fire on this guy.
Roger that.
Some decent damage to that Hermit Crab.
Orders.
The AH Centurion is going to move up over here. This isn't super spread out, but it's a little more spread out anyway. And I would love to fire on one of these guys out over here. I'm just checking these hit odds. I guess we'll fire on this guy. Move that light tag up to the top. Got some damage in there.
Awaiting orders.
Okay. The Black Knight, it does need to advance. But we can't really advance and spread out. We're going to position here and brace.
Standing by.
The Salamander, on the other hand, is going to position here.
Position confirmed.
And we are going to fire on this mobile HQ. Or maybe we are going to attack ground. Hmm. 40%? You know what? We'll take it. We'll not attack the ground. We're going to do the mobile HQ attack, and let's see how it goes.
Target locked in.
Now that's some damage. I like it.
Confirmed.
The Hector is going to position out over I want to position it out over here. I guess here we'll have to do. It's not as spread out as I'd like it to be. But we'll give it a go. Okay.
Losing armor.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I did expect a stray shot there. That's not too bad, though. The Gallant moves up, fires on the Awesome. Not too much damage there. And who do they move next? The Hermit Crab. It just doesn't do anything. The Mark II is going to remain exactly where it's at. The only one we can fire at is the Ballista. So we will not fire these lasers to sink heat, and everything else, go for it.
Acknowledged.
That's a lot of armor damage to the Ballista, but no actual kill there. That's not too bad.
Took a hard hit there. Yes.
The Salamander moves next, and it steps forward.
On my way.
And once again, we're going to fire dead center here, or as close to dead center as we can, which is still the armored HQ. Light him up. That's a lot of damage.
Vehicle trashed.
Excellent. That's not as bad as it could have been since we were nicely spread out.
Right here.
The Battle Master is going to move its way up over here, which isn't tremendously spread out. Perhaps to here, in fact.
Go fast.
And then fire on... Let's see. Who hasn't moved yet? The Ballista hasn't, and I actually do like this option. We fire on this. We don't fire the large laser for heat purposes.
Locking in target.
Primary
Nice.
target is taking damage.
That's one of their big artillery pieces gone.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
The Scorpion moves up. Does a little bit of splash damage, but that's not too bad.
Damage minimal.
Reporting
Excellent.
Minimal damage.
At this point, the Hector can position here. The only one it can fire at is a Gallant, but I still like this. I'll take this overheat.
Copy that.
Good damage there.
I'm under heavy fire. Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
We did manage to hit the Orion's rear arc there, but that's okay.
Ready.
The Centurion is going to step up to here.
Acknowledged.
I think I'd like to eliminate this Hermit Crab. Our Ultra AC5 is currently jammed, and I feel like this is indeed our best option, so we'll do something like this. That was some solid damage into that Hermit Crab.
Aye, aye.
The Black Knight is going to cruise over to, I think, here. It's not the most spread out, but it's fine, I think. We can fire on the Gallant or the Hermit Crab. Our hit odds are better on the Gallant. And this is on its weak side. Light him up. Excellent.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Next up, the Orion. The Orion will position... I mean, this is a decent position. Do we care that much about splash damage anymore? Not if we eliminate this guy, I feel like. So we don't fire the PPC. We don't fire the heavy rotary. But we do fire one set of rockets, and I think this will kill. Excellent.
One more for trashy.
And then we've got the LRM Scorpion and the Nike anti-air tank and the Hermit Crab.
Yes, Commander.
So the Awesome is going to, I think, try to sprint out to here. Now, this isn't the best position, but it's okay. I do think that the next priority is probably going to be the Nike AA tank, but our hit odds are better on the Scorpion. So we'll take this, and we'll sink a little heat.
Locked on target.
Ah, we missed everything there. That's unfortunate.
Reporting negative damage.
That's okay. Next round, phase 20. That is the Hermit Crab moving. This Hermit Crab is very injured. And we'll see what it decides to do. That's bold. I mean, that's a knockdown on the Orion, sure. But at what cost?
I'm hit.
I'm receiving you.
We're going to move the Awesome up over here.
Confirmed.
And we're going to fire on... I still feel like the Nike is the primary threat here. Although we're more likely to kill the Scorpion, I think. Drop the medium lasers out of the equation and just fire the Rocket 20.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
A structure exposure there, but we barely did any internal
Target
damage.
taking a critical hit.
Okay, the Scorpion moves up, fires on the Mad Cat. Barely does anything.
I'm showing minor damage.
I like it.
Orders.
The Hector is going to step somewhere. I'm looking for a clear LOS. Honestly, our best bet looks like a clear LOS on the Hermit Crab. Drop an ERPPC. Move the tag up to top. And light him up. Escorts are down.
Target down.
That crab just fell apart. I like it.
Standing by.
The Centurion is going to position... Yeah, I think we're going to advance over to around here. We lose our LOS on the Scorpion, but that's fine. We can hit the Nike from here. Light him up. That's some very solid damage into that Nike's frontal armor there. I like it.
Yes, Commander.
The Black Knight is going to position here, and let's just see what our hit odds would be like on that Nike. I think we're far better off to go for the Scorpion. We likely don't even need to fire the SRMs. And I'm going to do that.
Target confirmed.
Excellent.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And now all that's left is the Nike. It moves around 13. The Salamander can position up over here. And we can simply fire a guided direct arrow 4. Or we could fire the Large X Pulse and sink some heat. Or we could just brace and sink heat. And that's what we're going to do.
Commander.
Now the Mad Cat is going to climb up this hill.
Double time. Let's go.
And we're going to fire a Gauss out at this guy. This is still a minor heat sink. I think we're going to do this.
Affirmative.
Okay, additional damage into that frontal armor. Now our Orion is actually still laying down, so we can use this opportunity to fire over the Orion and have an unobstructed LOS on the Nike. I like it.
Affirmative.
That did not go well.
Of course, I missed.
The Nike's going to go for the Orion, obviously. That was always going to be the case. 100%. The Orion stands up. And we will step forward a bit here.
Let's go.
And that heavy rotary AC-5, it's not really going to do too much damage here. Mostly because, I mean, we just stood up, right? So we're just going to fire the one PPC as a pot shot. And yeah, we miss. I'm not surprised by that. Sounds good.
Waiting for
The Centurion is going to close into this side arc. And we're going to light up that Nike. More armor damage to it,
I'm out of short-range missiles.
allegedly.
Waiting for orders.
We can position here,
Confirmed.
and we're going to fire guided direct arrow 4s.
Locked on.
We missed one of those, sadly.
Yep.
The Hector is going to pop over here where we don't have obstructed LOS. And I think we'll just fire something like this. Maybe we'll fire these as well. Odds are pretty good. Yeah. We finally pierced the armor on that guy. And the Orion will continue to close in to here.
Acknowledged.
And this should finish the job.
Affirmative.
Method inbound, Commander. I meet
Perfect.
you at the LZ.
Well, we took more damage than I would have liked due to their artillery on the first round, and then the Hermit Crab's charge. Those two things combined into more damage than I would have preferred given the circumstances, but it's okay. We don't have any real problem with that. We are not going to have to pay more than 700k or more than 540k for our repairs, so I'm okay with this. Yep, we definitely took some damage. No doubt about it. Not interested in any of these parts, I don't think. A Howitzer 2000, no. An LBX AC-20, on the other hand. That I'm interested in. There's also a sniper artillery here that we might want to nab. Wouldn't mind some of this LBX ammo. Yeah, we don't have any of that. We do have sniper ammo. I'm just going to roll this and hope that we get LBX AC-20 ammo here. If not, we'll get it somewhere else. We did not get it, unfortunate, but I did want that sniper artillery, so that's fine. We're going to sell this engine and this engine, and are we going to sell this ferrofibrous? Yes, we are. Standard heatsink cooling, heavy rifle ammo, LBX-5 slug ammo, we'll keep that around, and incendiary LRM ammo, I guess we'll keep that too. So I'm expecting the repairs to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 to 150,000 C-bills. We'll see how accurate that is. But I do believe that's roughly the amount of damage that we took. So hopefully that will be correct. We shall see. Any moment now, Yang. It's also getting close-ish to the point where I'd put a cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and say you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see here. Yup, right in that window. Fantastic. Get going on that, Yang. And I guess since we've got a couple of minutes here, we can just tick forward and get some of these repairs worked on. Okay. 2, 1, and 0. Excellent. And now we're pretty much ready to deploy in the next episode, but let's just hop into the barracks, give everybody some training, just to fill this last little bit of time. But I do need to put a cut in, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that as soon as we are done with this training. Did I just give that warlord to coma? Yeah, it must have been coma. Okay, fantastic. I lost my position there.
I'm ready.
Yeah?
Receiving you.
Otherwise, everything looks good, and we are ready to deploy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that cut in now. There's nothing else really that we can do, and I will see you all next time.